So we got two street guides, Keiron and Santos. Keiron is working at the plant. You've met him at the plant. You will meet him tonight at the halfway house. And Santos, actually, he has been at the plant before too. And he's back on the street. And he has a girlfriend who cut out his tattoos because she didn't like the tattoos. So they cut them off. No, inside here. And the girl who is sitting there, she's super high, but she's kind of everyone's girl. Everyone's girl. What can I say? Yeah, what can I say?
They still are sleeping here.
Yeah, that's their life. Remember what I told you, Himalayanlife is about bringing the kids from this place that I don't really have words. I call it the place of not life to life. That's why we call Himalayanlife. That's the whole point. So Keiron, why are we going here? What's the significance of this place? So this is one of the areas where we used to sleep. And they pile up it's the marble that they cut here, like the marble for those floors. And they pile them up quite high. And we built little caves out of the marble and slept inside those caves. And it was already back then, the police gave us a lot of hassle, and so we would hide in those marble caves when the police came. So whenever the police could catch us, they would catch us and take us to the police custody, and we would get beaten up until our whole bodies were just swelled. And then they let us go again after a few days of beatings. I've seen every single police station from the inside in this valley. So how did you get on the street? Why? When I was still when my mom was pregnant with me, my dad left. I've never met my dad. And so my mom had to bring up my older siblings and me. And when I was still very little, I get it at about 2 or 3 years old, I became very sick, and the doctors gave up. They said I was going to die. I needed a bigger operation. And I had an uncle, one of my mom's siblings, who had some money, and he wanted to help with the operation, but my mom said, don't waste your money on that rat. He's anyway going to die. And my grandma and my uncle really were mad at my mom that she didn't want to spend the money for the operation, and so they did spend the money on the operation, and Keiron got well. But shortly after, the mom actually left everything behind and everyone behind, and she migrated to India, got married again, and disappeared. A few years later, my mom showed up again here. She had whatever happened in India. She showed up again, but she had become a heavy drinker meanwhile. So everything that was around in terms of resources just was used for her addiction issue. she had again separated from the guy she had been hooked up with in India. There was another stepfather, that would be his stepfather number 3 or something around by that time. And things just really didn't work out at home, not at all. So the street really seemed and was the better place to be than the home. And hanging out in the gang, the sniffing glue became my life, and it was more bearable than the home. Then everything came to a head because I wasn't attending school regularly, and there was that scholarship, and so the police showed up, and there was the question where I was. So everything came ahead, and they threw me out at home, they threw me out at the school, and that's when I was really on the street. And my mom repeated at that time again what she had already said when I was little. This guy's not worth investing in. If he wants to die on the street, let him die on the street. I'm not doing anything about it. And then that was my life, on the street, living off the rubbish heaps, scavenging. He was on the streets for 9 years. Their group, their little gang, they sleep under the bridge. Let's go have a look. Okay? Let's go. Let's go. So that's where they're sleeping, because that's the only place that never gets flooded. This fills up with water. Like, I just think yesterday night how scary it would have been. I was scared on the street because there was so much water. He says the water runs off so fast here, it's never really scary for him. But they sleep up there because it's dry. It's always dry, even in the middle of the monsoon. They will be between 10 and 12 boys sleeping here.
There are 15 boys here sleeping.
Sometimes 15, he's saying. Sleeping here, eating here, and the stuff they collect, which is going to be sold off, they deposit it here until it's being sold off to the scrap dealer. So that's their home base. Kieran is saying this to him is the place of ignorance in his life, an old life that was marked by not understanding that this is not life, and coming back here is like going back to the past and wondering what have I done, how have I wasted the time before I've been taken in, and before I've learned what it means to live and to live a life that is suitable for a human being. And yeah. Er okay ba naman layo? Er okay ba naman layo? And then really what has come to my rescue in my life is the street kitchen and getting to know the Himalayanlife crew and seeing a way out of this whole mess. That's been my rescue. I know that I could not have done this on my own. The life change that I'm still going through, it's faith. Without God, I couldn't do it. And to me, it's been very important that I have a life with purpose and with schedule. I go to work and I do work that's important. We go to the lakeside and to hotels and we collect bottles and we make the place better. The truth is that even years into working at Himalayanlife in the plant and the apprenticeship program, I still used my income for substances, glue and whatnot. But now I'm clean and I'm grateful for it. Keirons' big dream is to be a sportsman. He's very, very good at sports. And he's sharing, why am I so fast in running? It's because I always had to run away from the police. So it's a blessing now. So I had to run miles and miles away from the police. Now I've recently won the Pokhara 15-kilometer race. He did, first in Pokhara, yeah. And the irony of the thing is, while he used to run away from the police, actually on that race up to Kaundada, the police distributed the medals. So So he received the gold medal from a policeman. So about the night, what's the night look like?
Yeah, that's right. Ready? Okay. Okay. Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and dried up all the rain. Itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Woo! Nice.
아미야 수청.
Is this his bed? This is home?
Yes.
Yeah?
This is my home.
You're home.
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 Well, to me it's clear. I needed help to get out of this. They need help to get out of this. That's my hope, that somehow they get help. And I'm glad that he's saying I'm glad that I can be part of this whole thing, Himalayan Life, where we do help kids to get out of this. They need help. It needs someone who teaches them what it means to live and to live well and to live without drugs and substances and with purpose and hope and joy and forgiveness. I was there and no one cared. And finally when someone cared, something happened in my life. So I just hope someone cares.